And if you just tuned in, welcome to Seniors Rock Radio. I'm Joanna Palvino, your host, and I'm here with co-host estate planning attorney Mike Robinson and our guest, Lindsay Penrose. Lindsay is a local certified Medicare specialist, and she's licensed with all major insurance companies in the Rochester area. She helps clients take advantage of benefits that they can receive by comparing coverage. And I'll tell you what, she knows her stuff. Lindsay is my Medicare consultant, and one of my favorite things that she does is explain things in terms I understand. So that is a big thing to say when you're talking about some complicated information, and it changes constantly. That's the other thing. She's been with me, not just during sign up time, but also during the year and in pointing out things that'll help me. So I feel more confident really in my choices for health insurance. And she's, like frosting on the cake, making the right choices with her has saved me money. So thanks for joining us today, Lindsay. Good to see you.
Hi, Joanna. Thanks for having me back on the show.
You're welcome. And how are you today? Anything new?
Oh, I wasn't expecting all this snow, that's for sure. I thought the weather was getting nicer, but what about
Yeah.
you? Got a lot of
Well,
snow where
I
you at?
like what you just said about not expecting because sometimes you don't expect what happens with your health care. So being on top of this Medicare, I don't mean to sound like a little commercial here, but I get a segue to that because you give people some important information. And I guess we'll start at the beginning, as we always like to do. And tell them, Lindsay, when you get started with Medicare, it's overwhelming. How do you help someone to begin the process? What's the first step?
So yeah, Medicare definitely can be very overwhelming. So I start off by explaining how Medicare is broken down into different letters and they all represent different parts of this coverage. I assist clients with understanding exactly how Medicare works and finding the right match for a Medicare Advantage plan. It is important to understand your coverage choices and choose carefully. How you choose your benefits and who you get them from can affect your out of pocket costs and where you can get your care from.
Very true. And so let's, Lindsay, start taking us through. You mentioned the letters. Tell us, what does Part A represent?
So, Part A Medicare covers inpatient hospital coverage, and there's no monthly premium for this.
Very good. And how about Part B?
So, Part B provides outpatient medical coverage, and this does have a monthly premium of $174.70, and this is administered by the Social Security Administration.
Gotcha.
Wow. Okay. So that's A and B, right? We've covered those two. What about C and D?
So, Part C is an alternate way to receive coverage through a Medicare Advantage plan. This wraps in Medicare Part D, which is prescription coverage. So, Medicare Advantage plans are a way to wrap all of your benefits into one: A, B, C, and D. Medical prescriptions, dental, vision, and my services focus on helping figure out which one would be the best fit. So I look at your medical needs, your prescriptions, and your doctors that you like to see because there's many options out there. So I assist with finding what fits best.
Yeah, and I know because I am using your services and I've been on Medicare for a couple of years and I have never felt clearer about this stuff because I know they send you, like a 2-inch thick book and here you go and here's all your services and your information, but I mean, unless you have about a month to read through it, it's hard to understand. So,
Yeah.
I think that's what I feel is a big benefit from, using Benefit Reps of America and you, Lindsay, and other folks there that help people with these benefits. Is there anything else that stands out that you feel is a big benefit?
Well, Joanna, I definitely agree. They send you that big book and off you go on your own. And you see there's the 1-800 numbers, but you don't really know who to trust to help you. And my services, you can come sit down with me in the office and I can show you everything and the different packets for the different insurance plans. I'll break it all down for you. So you really have a great understanding of what your benefits are. And my main goal for this is to find a plan that's going to be the best coverage with the lowest cost. So you never pay us a penny for your appointment. There is no charge for our service, and we can give you the information and do all the research for you.
And I think, Lindsay, it's important for people to understand just how thorough you are when, evaluating coverages. So I know, for example, you'll look at a medication list and perhaps identify that the client's treating with a physician that they forgot to tell you about.
Absolutely. I can help fill in those gaps. And have a whole list I go through of everything that we need to cover for medical needs. So if you can't get me that information today, you bring it back to me and we finish it up. But at the end of the day, we're going to find the plan that's going to give you the best coverage based on your needs because everyone is different.
Absolutely, and that's what's cool about this, and so are all the plans. I mean, they're all different too, and some of the things you mentioned, I mean, the vision care and I know some of them have cards that you can use, flexible cards. I used mine for something, and I had dinner with someone last night that was saying she used hers for something else. So there's a lot of flexibility and options. So thank you for the work that you do, and for doing it for anybody who wants to stop in to your place. You can go to Benefit Reps of America. They're right on Westridge Road at 1577. That's right next to the Red Lobster in Greece. And you can pop in there and talk to Lindsay or any of the folks, and they'd be happy to assist you, right? Or you can go to their website, ssareps.com. That's ssareps.com. Anything else you want to share, Lindsay, before we have to go to break?
Well, thank you, Joanna, for having me and letting everyone know where they can receive my services. As well as myself, I have a whole team of employees that do this every day. So come and visit us. We'll be able to get you in and be able to help you out with getting that Medicare coverage.
And tell them about your wonderful phone number. It's a beautiful number.
Yep, our phone number is 585-663-6333.
All right, 585-663-6333. You can call them there. And Mike and I will be right back on News Radio WHAM 1180 and the Seniors Rock Radio Show after the break.